Hello everyone. This is the second video of lesson 1. So for this lesson here, you'll still be talking about measures of central tendency, but this time we're gonna use the stat feature of your graphing calculator, or the TI-84. So, but don't worry if you don't have the TI-84 calculator. Most scientific calculators will have this particular capability, although not necessarily the same way of using them. Because again, the textbook that in your workbook, it is based on the TI-84 graphing calculator. But then again, most scientific calculators will enable you to calculate the measures of central tendency. Again, just a quick review. What are these measures of central tendency? Well, we have mean, median, and mode. So we're gonna go over the examples from your workbook. So again, this is pages 246 and 247. So again, in this video, we'll just focus on how to use the TI-84 Plus. So if you can remember, we have this one. Most of you downloaded this one, the trial version of your TI-84. So if we're gonna use this platform here for your calculation, so if you're gonna go to stat, you'll see all of these options here: 1, 2, 3, and 4. So again, try to treat this one as your calculator, so your touch screen doesn't work. If you press 2 here, it doesn't work. You can see here. But what you're gonna do is you use the up and down button to choose. So if you're gonna clear the list, you go to 4 by using the up and again down button here, and then press enter. So you're clearing the list. So now if you want to access the list feature, so we go to stat. So stat in your calculator, and again you can see there different options. If we want to input some values, we go to edit, or the first option, and then press enter. So if you have cleared your list, there should be no numbers there. So if we're gonna use the different data there, the first one is 10, then you press enter, and then 9, then enter. The next is 8, then you press enter, and then 7, press enter again, and then you have 14. If you can see here, you have in your values, in your data values, you have two 14s. So you're gonna place also, or you're gonna input also two 14s. Then you have 13, and then you have 5, you have 11, and then we have 16. Then press enter. So that's how you input your values. So if you want to exit, you can do second function, and then quit, second, and then quit. Okay, so you go to your main screen there. Now if you want to calculate the measures, so if you want to know the mean and the median, you go to stat, and then if you can see, if you want to calculate, right, so you move the right button here. If you can see, you have their calculation or cal, and since this is just one variable statistics, you press 1, and then, well, again, you can move up or down, but you choose 1 and then enter. So you can have there the list is L1, and then so on and so forth. And then we want to calculate, right? So you try to move the button downward, and then you press enter if you want to calculate. So you get some values there. So the first one here with an X with a line on top, that is your mean. And then, well, don't mind the others yet. N is just gives you the number of data in your data set. So there are 10 values there if you're gonna count. So there are 10 of them. So if you want, you can move downward to see the median. The median is given by MED symbol, and that is 10.5. And if you're looking for the mode, well, for this calculator here, it doesn't give you the mode. So if we're gonna go back to our data here, so again, the first one is the mean, the median is written here, so you scroll down, and again, the calculator does not calculate the mode. So to answer our question, the mean is 10.7, the mode is 14, and the median is 10.5. Okay, so let's move on to the second example here on page 247. So in this particular case, our data is given in a frequency table. So based on example number 4, you're given this table here, the number of touchdowns in the first column, and the second column tells you the number of games. Actually, these numbers here represents the frequency. The frequency tells you the number of occurrences. Let's say for he has 0 touchdowns, the number of games that he has 0 touchdown is 3, and then in 7 games he has 1 touchdown only, and then 2, 7, and then for 3 games he has for 2 games he has 3 touchdowns. So if we're gonna go back to our i84 emulator, so again, we're gonna clear up our list, so we can go to stat, then we try to go to 4, so then you clear the list. Okay, now you try to go to stat. If you want to input something, again, you go to edit. So that's already in the edit option, so you press enter, and Well, there are still numbers there, but if you want, you can clear that values. So for L1, we can clear that one out. So you clear the values there. So you place the first column the number of touchdowns. So 0, 1, 2, and then 3. And then for the second one, for L2, would be the frequency, or the number of games for 0 touchdowns. So for 0 touchdown, we have 3. And then it has 1 touchdown, 7 games. And then 7. And then we have 2. Okay. So now we can go to quit. Again, second, and you go to the main menu. So now if you want to calculate, you press stat, and then again you move to the right for calc, and then this is just a single variable statistics. You have 1, so you press enter, and then you can have there the list L1, and then the second option is the frequency list. So is it not the second column is the frequency, so you press second and then L2 here, so that gives you that, and then you go to calculate, and then it gives you the values here. So again, you can move up and down to see all of the things that you need to want. So again, for now, we're after with the mean and then the median. So to answer our question there, so if you can see, the median is given by the first one. So that's the mean represented by X bar. And then the median is the MED. And again, the calculator does not calculate the mode. So to answer example number 6, you have the following. You have the mean, and then the median, and then the mode of 1 and 2. So this time you need to answer your assignment questions numbers 7 to 11. So that's all for this video, and see you around.